Hello, welcome back. I'm Rachel and you're watching Kalkine TV live from Sydney. This is the Mid-Market Pulse. Let's get started with the mid-market commentary for today and see how the ASX 200 traded by lunchtime. The benchmark index ASX 200 was trading lower by afternoon, retreating from its 52-week high, led by a decline in technology and real estate stocks. The index is down 33 points or 0.46% to trade at 7,060 amid broad-based selling. 9 of 11 sectors are trading in the red, while information technology is the worst performing sector, down 2.7%. Other sectors that are reeling under selling pressure include REITs, utilities, telecommunication services, consumer discretionary, energy, financials and consumer staples. Meanwhile, the materials sector continued its strong performance for a second straight session, rising over 1.3%. Investors will keep an eye on the Reserve Bank of Australia's Deputy Governor Guy Debelle's speech titled Monetary Policy During COVID today at the Shan Memorial Lecture in Perth. That's at 5 p.m. Australian Western Standard Time. That's 7 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. The RBA will release its quarterly monetary policy statement on Friday. Moving on now to the gainers and losers. Aerial technology company Nearmap is the top loser on the ASX today, falling over 14% after a complaint was filed against its subsidiary Nearmap USA in the United States District Court. The complaint alleges patent infringement relating to the plaintiff's roof estimation technology. On Wednesday, Nearmap stock had rallied over 14% after it raised its financial year 2021 annual contract value guidance on the back of a strong first half financial year 2021 performance. Some of the other worst performing shares are Appen, Kogan.com, Hub24 and Afterpay. The top performing shares on the ASX are QBE Insurance Group, South32, Oz Minerals, BHP Group and Polynovo. Now let's take a look at companies that are in the news today. The National Australia Bank has reported a statutory net profit of $3,208 million for the first half of 2021, while its cash earnings rose by 94.8% to $3,343 million during the first half of 2021 as compared to the first half of 2020. The results of the NAB indicate improving conditions and increased confidence in the outlook. That's resulted in the increase of the 2021 interim dividend to 60 cents per share. Pharmaceutical company Nyrada Inc. provides an update on the development of its cholesterol-lowering program and declared 2 successful drug candidates. The findings of an in vivo high cholesterol mouse study have been extended to assess the efficacy of these potential drug candidates, and the results are due in mid-June. The Plenty Group has announced it has doubled up the funding capacity of its renewable energy and personal lending warehouse facility. Funders include an Australian Big Four bank approving a limit increase of $200 million from $100 million. Strategic Elements report that its autonomous security vehicle has successfully passed site acceptance testing at the Eastern Goldfields Regional Prison. Riding high on the announcement, the share price of Strategic Elements stock was quoted at 33 cents per share at 10:45 this morning Australian Eastern Standard Time. Octanex has successfully completed a placement of 15 million ordinary fully paid shares at 5 cents per share to raise $750,000. The funds raised will be used to advance exploration of the company's projects, particularly at its Sefton project initiative, where the company has established an extensive tenement position in this region where there is very little modern exploration. Strike Energy provided a solid update on its proposed urea fertiliser development called Project Haber, based in Geraldton in WA. This project is likely to reduce Australia's urea fertiliser CO2 footprint by 50 to 60% from a 2019 base. That's equivalent to 650 to 795,000 tonnes of CO2 per year. Energy infrastructure firm APA Group has reached a final investment decision to start expansion of transportation capacity on its East Coast grid, linking Queensland with southern markets by approximately 25%. The company has also signed a new East Coast grid gas transportation agreement with Origin Energy. The Eclipse Group has said that the company is on track to outperform in the first half of financial year 2021 with a 77% growth in its net profit after tax and amortisation on the prior corresponding period. EBITDA of $66.5 million during the period indicated a like-for-like growth rate of 43% compared to the prior corresponding period. Mercury New Zealand has appointed Craig Neutrowski to the role of General Manager for Customers. He'll be reporting to the Chief Executive, Vince Hawksworth. And the Argent Leather Group is entering a non-binding agreement with the Evolution Group to develop the Dreamworld Resort in Queensland. Plans are underway for a new $75 million Dreamworld Resort, including a resort-style hotel and tourist park. Shares in IOUPay rose as much as 9.3% to 41 cents on Wednesday. The digital payment service provider will be partnering with RMS Reloads for a bill payment service deal, giving it access to the Malaysian firm's national network of merchants and also a physical presence in the country. The share price of the digital customer credit company MoneyMe gained as much as 11.1% to $1.50. The company stated it now expects gross customer receivables to exceed $300 million for financial year 2021, compared with its initial expectation of them exceeding $265 million. Now let's take a glance at some important global market updates. Overseas, the Asia-Pacific markets witnessed thin trade as three major markets, that's China, Japan and Thailand, remained closed on account of their respective national holidays. Moving on to the latest commodity market update. Spot gold added 0.4% to $1,784.69 an ounce. The US gold futures gained 0.29% to $1,784.10 an ounce. Softening of the US dollar helped gold to rack up some gains. Gold miners such as De Grey Mining, Newcrest Mining and Silver Lake Resources could trade higher today. The Brent crude fell 0.3% to $68.67 a barrel, while West Texas Intermediate crude was down 0.6% and settled at $65.29 a barrel. The energy stocks such as Woodside Petroleum, Beach Energy and Oil Search may remain under pressure. That's all for now. Stay tuned with Kalkine TV for more live market updates. We'll be back with more news on the markets, the economy, diverse themes and sectors shortly. I'm Rachel, signing off now for Kalkine TV.